Mikayla and Shannon. In case you couldn't tell, we are sisters, and we are from Battle Creek, Michigan. Does anyone know like the significance of Battle Creek? What's
Cereal.
Cereal. Oh my gosh, someone actually knew it. No one ever knows. But whoever you are awesome. We have Kellogg's is based there. We had Post. We had General Mills. Like there's been 80 cereal companies or something like that start there. So all the cereal companies like Battle Creek. So I'm a junior at Penfield High School, as well as the Battle Creek Area Math and Science Center. Pretty much I'm a normal kid, Facebook, texting, I play soccer, and I'm 16 years old.
So I also go to Penfield High School and the Battle Creek Area Math and Science Center. Facebook and texting are also a very big part of my life, and I run track at my school. So obviously, Mikayla and I haven't been out in the workforce for 30 years, but we have met some pretty awesome people. So we're going to transport you to that for your requests. We're going to be asking some questions, so you guys just need to shout back the answers. So we're going to start by talking a bit about expectations. So what do you guys as parents expect from you? Good grades? To graduate? Not get in trouble. So what about your friends? What do they expect from you? Loyalty? What? Laugh at their jokes. So what do you expect from yourself? To do the best you can? So it's probably not a huge surprise that your parents expect different things than your friends do from you. And most likely the expectations you have for yourself are different from both your peers and your parents. Raise your hand if this is true. However, people's lives are a direct reflection of the expectations of their peer groups. So basically this means that you have one set of expectations for yourself, the way you want to live your life, the way you want to perform. But you won't strive to meet those expectations, you'll strive to meet the expectations that your peers have set for you. Let me give you an example. So let's say that you want to go to Harvard, get a 4.0, and sell more albums than Alan Jackson. But the people you associate with and your friends are just hoping to make it through high school, are trying to pass chemistry and algebra the second time around, and think that singing cowboys are lame. Do you think they're going to raise your level of performance? Are they more likely to help you study for a math test, or do you think they're going to complain that your grade ruined the curve? Here's another example, because Mikayla and I are example people. So I'm sure this has happened to everyone at some point in your life. Maybe not the same situation, but the same ideas. Let's say you join a team. Let's take the soccer team as an example, where everyone is a bit better and more experienced than you. Maybe you're a bit nervous or intimidated. Maybe you're even stressed that you're not going to be able to keep up. So what do? Maybe you work a bit harder than you normally would. Maybe you even do some extra practice at home. Because you're trying to raise your performance level to match your peers. To make sure that your performance meets their expectations. Today, Mikayla and I are going to talk about how to step outside the box to do some incredible, amazing, and unexpected things.
Okay, so do you guys know who this kid is right here?
He climbed Mount Everest.
How did you know that?
I like history class.
Do you know when he climbed Mount Everest?
Why?
Or when?
Wasn't he 13?
Okay, you know too much, man. And yes, he climbed Mount Everest when he was 13 years old. Do you know who Jessica Watson is? You're not allowed to answer. Or what she did?
Sailed a boat.
Yes, when she was 16, she sailed around the world solo and became the youngest person to sail solo around the world. So do you know who this geeky-looking kid is?
I wrote a book.
Ah, yes, he's an author.
Paragon.
Yes. Have you, do you get the answers from someone? Okay. Well, yes, he wrote the Aragon series, and he wrote the first draft when he was 15 years old. So, These kids stepped outside the box to do some pretty awesome things. Their friends didn't expect it, they didn't expect it, and their parents didn't expect it. So Shannon and I stepped outside the box too. We entered and won the Conrad Foundation Spirit of Innovation Awards in the Space Nutrition category. We had to design a nutrition bar that fit all the requirements of NASA so that it could be eaten on the International Space Station. But high school students win competitions all the time. That's not what makes Shannon and I so outside the box. With the prize of 10,000 bars from winning the competition, we decided to take on the mission presented by the Conrad Foundation and became teenage entrepreneurs. We have spent the last 7 months working on business plans, holding focus groups, working in food science labs, and side by side with real food scientists, trying to ready our product for the market. We have even begun work on trying to encapsulate omega-3 fish oils into our bar. Does anyone know? Have you guys heard of omega-3s?
Yeah, it's good for your hair and skin.
Your hair and skin? I didn't know that, but what I've heard is that it's really good for your brain health and heart health. The problem with omega-3s, they're very unstable, and so they oxidize really quickly. So let's say you make your bar, it tastes fine, everything's all good, so you package it up, you send it off to a distribution warehouse, they send it to the store, and the store sells it to the consumer. This whole process takes about 2 months. So when the consumer opens the package to eat the bar will taste and smell like fish, which isn't very appetizing. So Shannon and I are working on a way to encapsulate the omega-3s so that they stay stable longer, so it can have a shelf life of a year to a year and a half. So now I want you guys to imagine you walk into a room and there are like 30 adults all dressed in business suits. Do you guys find this intimidating at all? Some of you do. Now I want you to imagine you're walking into the same room, same scenario, except this time you're going in to make a pitch to them, and you are asking for $1.1 million. Is that a little bit more intimidating? Yeah. $1.1 million is how much money Shannon and I need to start our business. So we were really frightened, but we kind of had to suck up our fear and deal with it. But not one of our friends from school was in that room, but we did have peers there. We had peers like Robert Lucier. He is a scientist who developed a new way to detect plant diseases by analyzing digital pictures of their leaves. I have no idea how it works, but he is really, really smart. But because no one understands how it works besides him, it's been really hard for him to raise money for his company. Or David Cannon. He is a cook, and he makes the best gelato ever. You guys know what gelato is, right?
Yeah. Italian ice cream.
Yes, it is Italian ice cream. They do not sell his gelato in Michigan, but they sell it here, and it's amazing. It's called Gelati Da, and if I were you, I would go out and buy some, because I wish I could go out and buy some whenever I wanted. So, while David and Robert were a lot older than Shannon and I, they became our peers with the American Food Venture Forum, where we were all working towards the same goal of trying to get our companies funded. We listened to each other practice our pitches, gave encouragement, and as a result, the level of all of our performances were lifted. Not only did we want to impress the venture capitalists, which are the people with the money, we also felt like we had to match or exceed the level of performance of our peers. We didn't want to look stupid by being the only people with a not-so-great presentation. So, you're probably thinking that these people were they're naturals, they were born to do this. They're good riders, they trained for months to climb Mount Everest, or they're just natural sailors. But the thing is, anyone can do it, and it really isn't all that hard. You just have to brand yourself. Find and use the right resources, and find someone willing to help you.